how... I mean, I know the plans had to be changed drastically.
Yes.
But it makes me wonder what we would have got.
Yeah, no, I
think we would have got a pretty cool match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Just saying.
No, and that's why I feel so bad for Roman Reigns. Like, had he had that match with Seth Rollins and won, and then lost to Sheamus, it probably would have meant more, and it probably would have had a bigger
I think
impact.
that would have pissed me off more. Like, it probably would have meant more, but just the idea that the title goes from Seth Rollins to Roman Reigns, who, I like Roman Reigns, but it's definitely a downgrade from Seth Rollins.
No doubt, yeah.
Into Sheamus.
But see, that I feel like that specifically, because you don't like Sheamus that much, if he would have taken the championship after winning, after Reigns won in a battle against who has been one of the better champions in a while, it would have given us a reason to boo Sheamus, other than the fact that you guys don't like him.
Well, yeah.
See, me, I want to boo Sheamus because he's a heel. I'm booing Sheamus because the way they did it was shit.
Yeah. No, see, I like Sheamus a little more than Hawk does, and I'm not sure how much less, but less than you still. Somewhere in the
yeah.
He's in between.
Yeah. You're you could be swayed either way depending on what he does.
We're like the Sheamus liking people Olympics. Where I'm third place, he's second place, and you're first place.
I was thinking we're like a Sheamus liking nesting doll.
I just imagine it's me going, I kind of like Sheamus, and then you open me up, and Tom's going, Sheamus is okay, and then it's
fuck Sheamus.
Fuck. It's just a middle finger.
Yeah, I open up and it's a giant middle finger.
I am all getting legitimate heat, because I think it's something not a lot of guys do nowadays. Like, I think Kevin Owens is really good at it, but I also really like Kevin Owens. But like, someone like The Miz, who I don't like, but I recognize that I don't like him, probably because he's good at making me not like him.
You know what? You know what made me realize that Miz is as good as he is to get heat just because he's fucking annoying? Is him being on the Up, Down, Down Madden tournament. Because I'm so glad, because Swagger eliminated him last night, and it was awesome, but he's such a fucking loudmouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, please Swagger win so I don't have to see him on another fucking video. And it's because he's good at talking trash.
Yeah.
He's good at being a loudmouth, just dumb shit.
So it's a guy like The Miz
He is a loudmouth, dumb shit.
Exactly.
Right. But there's a guy like The Miz who I can respect that he's good at getting heat because I don't like him. As opposed to a guy like Sheamus who I don't like just because he's boring.
Yeah.
There's not even... Like, the reason I like Sheamus less than someone like The Miz is because there's not even that idea of, well, I can latch on to this negative emotion I have towards you. It's just, oh, here comes Sheamus.
Yeah.
Whoopee.
Wait on you, Ginger Broski.
Sorry, I'm doing something I care more about than the current state of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
You don't want to talk about the weird-ass Raw?
No, we'll talk about Raw. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
To me, currently, Fallout Shelter is more important than the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
That just makes sense. Well, with that out of the way, let's talk about Raw.
Yeah. Okay, so we open up with the Authority doing the normal thing, coming out and talking about how great Survivor Series was, and you know, blah, blah, blah. They bring out Sheamus, and Sheamus said some shit that I didn't really pay attention to. And we're back to Hawk being depressed because he doesn't like Sheamus, as you saw with that previous rant. And then we got Roman Reigns coming out saying that he wants his rematch.
And Triple H says, "You'll get your rematch when I said you'll get your rematch."
Yeah. What the fuck was that? Like, just the...
Triple H was drunk. Triple H was so depressed about Sheamus being the champion, he had to get drunk before Raw.
That's the only way he could make it through Raw.
That's the only reason Stephanie came out with it, was to make sure he didn't fuck anything up.
So Stephanie ran this promo.
It was actually supposed to be just Sheamus coming out. Triple H was drunk.
Triple H is like,
I do what I want.
Triple H just went in the trailer. Play my music. No, but we're supposed to play my music.
What?
Someone's like, Stephanie, he's real messed up. We gotta improv. Just play the authority music. Yeah. Roman Reigns said he wanted his rematch on Raw
Right now.
The best part of this whole thing was when Roman Reigns asked Triple H if he was scared of him, and that's why he was hiding behind Stephanie.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this whole thing is just like the end of the promo, and Sheamus and Triple H and Stephanie decide, you know what, we don't need to be in the ring anymore, and so they're like starting to get out, and it cuts to Roman Reigns, and you're like trying to see Roman Reigns' reaction to the other three people leaving, and you just see this giant
Rusev
face
appears
behind him going,
This crazy Rusev face over his
Rusev
shoulder.
wants to battle. Rusev uses super kick.
It was super effective. And so
then Roman Reigns gets brogue kicked right after that.
Yeah, and then Triple H and Stephanie let us know that Roman Reigns will get his rematch at TLC in a TLC match against Sheamus. But before that, he has to face Rusev in the main event of Raw.
Yeah, I had a slight problem with this one too.
I knew you were gonna say this.
Just for a second here, my problem at this moment in time wasn't with Sheamus.
It was the booking?
No, my problem here is with Roman Reigns.
Uh-oh. What did Roman Reigns do to piss you off?
Nothing. It didn't really piss me off. It just disappointed me a little bit.
Okay.
Because I would have thought Roman Reigns would know better by now. He took a signature Sabat kick from Rusev.
Okay.
And then he took Sheamus's finishing move, the kick, and he got up within like a minute of taking a signature and a finisher, and I mean...
Sell that shit, bro!
It was weird too, because if you watch him, he was like grabbing the side of his head from the super kick, grabbing his forehead from the brogue kick, grabbing his... It was just like,
which one do I sell?
What if I do this? What hurts?
She's just walking around like this.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's how it opened. Then we continue with, well, the Wyatts couldn't beat the Brothers of Destruction, so let's put them against two other brothers.
The Brothers of Table Destruction.
This match was okay.
Yeah, points for the Wyatts winning.
Yeah, but, again, where's this going?
Yeah, it circles back to two things that I mentioned. That we haven't, like, the Wyatts haven't won a feud, and the Dudleys haven't done enough to make me care that they're back.
Yeah, we got the same pairing that we got from Survivor Series. We got Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper.
Which is another thing that kind of bothers me. I think that they shouldn't have... It didn't bother me as much because I kind of forgot about it. Bray Wyatt shouldn't wrestle on Raws or SmackDowns.
I agree. He should have his minions do it.
You mean his Biggians?
Yeah. His Maxians.
There you go. Thank you. That's a way better reverse word.
That's why there's three of us, so we can...
Yeah, I definitely felt like the match was a little clusterfucked at the beginning. Luke Harper and Bubba Ray didn't look like they got along very well. There was a lot of like fighting back and forth over like... Harper was throwing shoulders into Bubba in the corner, and like the first one, Bubba didn't even sell. He threw an arm across Harper's back, and then it took like 3 shoulder thrusts for Bubba to sell one.
Yeah.
So it looked like there might have been a little jockeying for position, a little like maybe Bubba was like, "Hey, I'm the vet, so let me have a bit of a moment here."
I feel like the Dudleys should have been pissed off about this. Like, they are not a team that should be fed to the Wyatt family.
Yeah, or
like,
at least...
Don't get me wrong, I love the Wyatt family, and a win over the Dudleys
like,
is fine.
This should be a pay-per-view match.
Exactly. Yeah, this once again, we're talking about jobbers on Survivor Series. Bring up people from NXT.
The Ascension.
Bring in local talent. Whatever you want to do, but give these big tag teams with these big stars somebody small to squash.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't have given to have it have been Bray and Luke versus Mojo Rawley in a handicap match.
Yeah. So you know what I just thought of that I think would have been cool?
Okay.
And a good way to sell the Wyatts being more desperate than ever after...
Have the four of them kill Sheamus.
Yes. But going by the constructs of what we were given.
I love that you said, yes, but...
The idea that we have this match scheduled that's the Dudleys versus Bray and Harper. Instead, make it to where this match doesn't happen because Braun comes in and just tears the Dudleys apart. The Wyatts stand victorious. Next week,
the Dudleys off.
Next week, the Wyatts are in a different kind of match, and then the Dudleys come down and get to clear house, and then we can lead to a pay-per-view match.
Hey!
We can only hope that is what happens next.
That would be cool.
Maybe they will have a tag team match at TLC. But regardless, the Dudleys end up losing.
They're going to bring back
Bubba gets
Spike and Joel Gertner, and they're going to have an 8-man tag.
I'm okay with that. Bubba gets distracted by
Series.
Rowan, and then turns around into a discus clothesline, and then we have the 4-on-2 beatdown.
You think he got distracted because he was like, what's Sheamus doing out here?
It's the anti-Sheamus. Then Braun gets in and ends up choking out Devon.
From here on out, Sheamus is the anti-Rowan.
Wow. Rowan just moved up a lot in your who you prefer on the roster, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's always been above Sheamus, but...
No, more so?
I think it's more that Sheamus moved down.
Okay.
Sheamus moved further down.
Sheamus is now, like, rubbing shoulders with Mojo Rawley.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
He's there. He's like, him and Mojo Rawley and Alex Riley are hanging out.
What about Titus? Titus did have kind of a funny
feel
moment.
like
Titus has moved up,
Yeah.
like, a notch.
One.
I was gonna say, I feel like Titus might be a level or two above Mojo.
Like, it's like, here's most of the guys I don't like, and then The Miz and Ryback, then Titus O'Neil, then the aforementioned 3 guys.
See,
All right.
the way I pictured your hierarchy was pretty much the same, but then there was, like, just an empty level between Titus O'Neil and then those 3 guys.
I like Purgatory first, and then okay.
Like, that's just
And
the...
Vince Russo's trying to book all those guys.
Well, then we move on to Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch.
Hey!
This match was good,
Yeah.
as usual.
Let's do some positive stuff Monday
Yeah.
Night Raw.
Which they did. You know, ladies kicking some ass. Becky out there all by herself. though.
Two ladies matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it up.
Becky's out there all by herself, unfortunately. While Sasha has both Naomi and Tamina out there.
And
Which
boy, does that cause an issue for Becky.
Yeah.
because while the ref is distracted by Tamina, Becky has the disarmer on Sasha and is getting her to tap out. But I feel bad for Sasha because this had to have fucking hurt.
Yeah.
While she's in the disarmer, Naomi is pulling her to the ropes.
So essentially, right now, she's being used as a human tug-of-war toy.
Yeah. While Becky is sitting on her shoulder. So she ends up, the submission ends up getting broken up. Becky realizes what happens. She goes to take like a swipe at Naomi, and that allows Sasha to get up, get the roll up, and pin Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it was a good match. Give these women more time is all I would say.
Yes. The women would continue to take over the slot because Paige would come up on the Tron.
I meant those two specifically.
Those two, yeah.
Like, let their match be 3 minutes long.
Paige ends up showing a replay of the figure 8 from Survivor Series, revealing that just before Paige tapped out, Charlotte's arms actually ended up underneath the ropes, which would have, if the referee saw it, have negated the submission.
Yeah.
Referee would have broken it up, and Paige could have become Divas Champion. So she's using this as a bargaining chip to get a rematch for the Divas Championship, which she does end up getting.
And that made me excited because that was maybe my favorite match of the night from the night before.
Yeah. Charlotte would actually say later that Paige can bitch, she can moan, she can whine, whatever she wants to do, but she still won't be Divas Champion. Then we had The New Day's 1-year anniversary Country Music Jamboree and WWE Championship Open Challenge.
WWE Tag Team Championship Open Challenge.
What? Ever. I'd rather they were the WWE champion than Sheamus.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was like, if they would have done the WWE Championship Open Challenge and just taken the title from Sheamus and let somebody else win it, that would have been best Raw ever.
First off, Kofi's hair, good lord.
It's a unicorn horn. That's not hair, bro.
It's scary.
It's a unicorn horn.
It's terrifying.
You know what's scary? Big E in a tiny cowboy outfit.
No, that's funny as fuck. That was...
Or all the New Day members riding unicorns to the
That's
ring.
normal.
Stick unicorns.
No, Big E is like a little boy cowboy hat and bandana was fucking hilarious. I thought that was funny as hell. And then Big E was like so mad about country music.
Yeah, they came out, they called it the Country Music Jamboree, and in the exact way I said they should have done it, all they did was talk trash about country music.
Yeah.
Kofi had the best line though.
Like, country music sucks. It sucks. This isn't even my character. This is me talking. Country music sucks.
That was so good.
Oh my god.
And then they sang their own country song,
Which was
awful in the way that a lot of country music is.
Yes.
And
then Big E
then
called enough. That's enough for one lifetime.
well, then they sang their own rendition of a popular country song, "Don't Let Your Kids Grow Up to Be Booty."
Then the open challenge is accepted by not one, but 2 different tag teams.
Lucha Dragons.
Lucha Dragons come out. Kalisto says, "Well, if this is an open challenge, you can consider it accepted because we're ready for a title match." Lucha Dragons get in the ring. New Day's like, no, we're gonna take off. And then the Usos make their way down, and
And
Bad
New
Jimmy,
Day,
Bad Jay.
and the New Day is stuck in the middle of a trouble sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jay starts saying, well, why don't we get a tag team title shot? Because we should have gotten one already. And then Sin Cara's like, well, let's make this a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Because he speaks English all of a sudden.
WWE, bro. WWE. Sheamus is champion. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Even Sin Cara speaking English.
That's my new Sheamus being champion storyline.
Oh, God. Does it just turn WWE into like this?
Yes.
Is that why this Raw was fucking weird?
Right. We're gonna keep getting weird Raws for like the next few weeks, as long as Sheamus is champion, and then someone is going to be going through like all the Raw tapes. We're gonna see them backstage, like watching, like what is wrong, something's off, and then they're gonna like pinpoint it to when Sheamus won the title, and then they're gonna make it their goal to beat Sheamus for the title to fix Monday Night Raw.
It needs to be Dean Ambrose because he said if he won the tournament, he was going to turn WWE into the Ambrose Asylum.
Yeah.
And just make things fucking weird. And since Sheamus made it weird, Ambrose is going to correct all that. But anyway, the New Day would end up saying that, you know what, neither of you get a tag team title shot because this challenge has officially been canceled.
Cancer.
And then they got a Then they got a 4-on-3 beatdown, and the Usos and the Lucha Dragons looking strong. I hope this ends up being a triple threat match somewhere down the line because I think this would be fantastic.
I'm hoping the Dudley Boys get thrown into the mix, and that ends up being the ladder match at TLC.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep making this one weird. Let's have Mark Henry versus Neville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was based off of Mark Henry's support for NXT.
And saying that Neville has impressed him time and time
Mark
again.
Henry is very vocal about his like for NXT.
Yeah, he's
Neville, Bailey,
Finn Balor,
all sorts of people on NXT. So it's cool to see him trying to give the rub to somebody from the NXT roster.
I'm in favor of this match because it's just the kind of thing Henry should be doing.
Yeah.
And so you get the very beginning of the match, and Neville's doing these stereotypical get out of the way, kick him in the leg, get out of the way, kick him in the leg.
Yeah.
Mark Henry ends up trapping him in the corner, headbutting him a bunch. Which starts
Neville had some great facial expressions after he got headbutt. He's just, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
Why am I in this match all of a sudden?
Well, he copied the face that he had when he saw Sheamus win the championship.
He just remembered that Sheamus won the championship.
Yeah, he tried to forget it, and then Mark Henry went, Sheamus is champion.
Mark Henry gave him a hell of a heel across the ring.
That was great. Should have replayed that one.
I had a thought.
Every kiss begins with K.
Going off my idea of the storyline, instead of Dean Ambrose, it should be Stardust who senses a disturbance in the Force.
TBD, TBD, TBD. Continue.
Yeah. But then here's the first place where it starts getting a little wacky here.
Right towards the end.
Yeah, is that Mark Henry goes for an avalanche in the corner and misses, and Neville gives him a single NXT kick to the guy who just headbutted him 9 times.
I will say it did look like he toed him right in the forehead.
But
that's all I'll say.
It drops Mark fucking Henry with one kick.
And then quick,
and then
the match is almost over. Where should we go?
Let's show 5 seconds of The Miz.
Because Raw.
Yeah.
Maybe
the Miz is going to be the one to figure out the...
Miz was back there watching TV all night long going, there's something wrong. He's gonna make it a fucking movie.
Neville hit the red arrow and picked up a win over Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And then Neville got out and he started celebrating and he was high-fiving fans on his way up the ramp, and all of a sudden Mark Henry's on the ramp.
Yeah.
Because he's not knocked out from that NXT kick and the red arrow
Because there's a glitch in the Matrix.
That was the other thing that made it seem weird, is that Mark Henry kicked out at 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
And almost kicked out Neville, out of the ring.
And then there was a second of hesitation, did Neville win? Did Henry kick out? What happened? Nope. Neville won.
Yeah.
Neville won. He shook Mark Henry's hand. When Mark appeared,
and he's like, "I respect you."
Yeah, you good, baby slap. And how do we make this a little bit more weird? Well, let's go to Stardust, which is kind of normal.
Yeah. Well, relatively normal.
Weird is normal for Stardust.
Yes. Yes.
And he's in his normal Stardust layer of light bulbs and
saying stuff about Cesaro, which if you didn't watch our Survivor Series review, Cesaro is out 4 to 6 months with a shoulder injury.
Oh.
So yeah, he said
Cesaro's gone, but now Goldust is back.
Yeah.
My theory is that Cesaro's shoulder just gave up when he found out the plan for Sheamus to win the title.
My God, we're gonna have so many things. This is wrong because Sheamus is champion.
Everything bad that happens from here on out until he loses the championship.
It's all Sheamus' fault.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, who would like to explain how we make Stardust weirder? You want to take this one, Thomas?
I might as well.
All right, go for it.
So Stardust is talking his normal weird talk, and then I don't know, Titus O'Neil wanders in. he doesn't even show up to make a statement. He just wanders in.
Yeah, he says he took a wrong turn.
Right.
He's like, "Nice place you got here."
Well, let's start talking about constellations.
Yeah.
And then Titus is like, oh, you got Sagittarius, you got Orion, and the Titania. And Stardust is like, oh yeah, wait, Titania doesn't exist. And
which I think would have been a fantastic... In my head, I wanted it to end with him saying that and then Stardust just leaving. That would have been fantastic.
Yeah, that should have just...
Stardust just stormed out, all pissy.
And this is all building up to the fact that we have a 6-man tag match where Goldust is teaming with the Primetime Players to take on the Cosmic Wasteland.
The whole point of this, apparently, was that Titus O'Neil was to distract Stardust to look off screen so that he could bark in his ear and scare at him.
Yeah.
Scare at him. He's gonna scare at him. Sheamus,
I actually forgot that
grammar
happened.
fucking suck.
Because I was going with your idea that it just ended there. I forgot about Titus barking at Stardust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to scare at him.
Yeah.
So then we did have that 6-man tag match, which was fun.
Yeah.
The 6-man tag match was pretty good. It's so good to see Goldust back.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what's going on with Darren Young?
Okay,
Why does he like?
I was surprised to see Darren Young because I read today he posted a tweet saying that he was dealing with some personal issues, which is why he's been gone. And I was surprised to see him on Raw because he just tweeted that he was dealing with stuff, and all of a sudden, when it makes the least amount of sense for him to be on, he's on.
Well, they need help right now.
That's true. Like, Darren, we know you're going through some shit with Cesaro's down now. Like, this is your moment, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm officially... And I have absolutely nothing against Darren Young. I think he's great. I think the only thing he does that bugs me is his weird little attempt at doing the Rey Mysterio bounce off the second rope.
Yeah, that's weird.
He's way too tall for that. You're on the big boy rides now. But I'm officially revoking your nickname, Mr. No Days Off.
Yeah.
Because in the last, 2 years, you've taken a lot of fucking days off.
Yeah. Mr. Some Days On?
Mr. 4 out of 7.
Yeah, I don't know. Just Mr. I work TVs. I don't know. Mr. I just don't work that many TVs.
Good match ends with Goldust clothesline Stardust over the top rope.
And he's eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
No, he's not.
Oh,
Titus ends up throwing Victor over the top rope, landing on the
He's
apron.
eliminated.
No, he's on the apron,
Oh.
which wouldn't eliminate him. But then Darren Young hits his back suplex on the apron,
Which
knocking
eliminates
Victor
both
down.
of them.
Sure. And then Connor jumps off the second rope, gets stopped by Titus. Titus hits the Clash of the Titus, and their team picks up the win.
Kudos to anybody who just decides that he's going to be the guy to take the back suplex on the apron from Darren Young.
Yeah.
Which is always Victor.
Yeah. Connor's too damn big.
Everyone else, no, they're just always like 1, 2, 3, not 8,
And Victor, they always do it when Victor's busy.
Yeah.
Victor's doing
He's
something.
checking, he's tweeting. Okay, who's going to take the back suplex from Darren Young tonight? 1, 2, 3, not 8.
Not it.
Fuck!
God damn it!
Or Victor just still does not understand that game.
No, they do nose goes. So he's just like, whose nose is going what? And then everyone's just like this. Why are you guys doing that?
Yeah, and they're just like, alright, Victor. He's like, what? I don't understand.
Damn it.
All right.
Just like, whoever has the least amount of face paint on.
Now, you brought up a good point during our Survivor Series review about...
I feel like I brought up many good points, but go on.
Talking about Alberto Del Rio just coasting.
Yeah.
We had the State of the Mex America address, which was them closing their borders, apparently, to a country that does not exist.
Which gives me hope that we're going to start getting that storyline that I want, where they just play off the fact that there's only 2 Mex-American citizens.
I hope they reveal that there's other people who came into Mex America eventually.
I thought they were going to do that here.
This was actually the first time that I felt like Del Rio was actually giving a shit because he cut a promo in Spanish.
Or he was just completely trashing WWE. And no one picked it up.
I understood one word.
Fear.
Exactly. And thank you, Pentagon Jr., for teaching me a word in Spanish. That was the only word. He said it twice. It was the only word I got out of his entire Spanish rant. But then Zeb Coulter tries to translate it into English, and winds up at the same point saying that everybody are haters.
Yeah.
God.
Again, speaking of guys who I think are coasting, I feel like Zeb's also coasting.
My only thing...
This was a weak promo for him, I feel.
Yeah.
My thing with Zeb Coulter, though, is I'll never get tired of hearing him say haters.
Yeah.
It is a very funny word coming out of Zeb Coulter's mouth.
Also, you know how he always does that thing of if that is your real name? Okay, so he didn't... there was nobody in the ring when he came out. which like that's usually how it starts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh hey, John Cena, if that is your real name. But like no one was there, so I really wanted him to be like, well, Nashville, if that is your real name, like, call out the whole city, like.
Yeah, why not?
Do that. That'll entertain me.
So yeah,
stupid shit will entertain me. Do more of that.
Yeah,
they hit it really.
That's why New Day is my favorite thing on the roster right now.
Yeah. They hit kind of an awkward pause, which then brings Jack Swagger out, which I feel like this was probably supposed to start a lot earlier, but due to the tournament, they're like, well...
Jack Swagger is a guy who I really, really wish I could be excited for. I like Jack Swagger, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I dislike him.
Yeah.
But it's just...
I get excited when they give Swagger TV time.
Yeah, that's fair, but...
For me, he's kind of like I know you have a much bigger love for Zack Ryder, but Zack Ryder and Swagger are kind of at the same level for me, where I'm like, holy shit, they're on TV. This is fantastic.
It's just they're planning on doing something with Jack Swagger now, and I think it's great. But I wish there was something about him I could really latch on to, and be like, yes, I want to see him succeed, because I do, but I also don't care if he doesn't. Like
you are ambivalent to
right. It's
like, I'm gonna explain it because it's sort of the same way with me. The way I explain it is, he came on TV. He's gonna work a program against Alberto Del Rio, which we know works. I mean, they had a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, they've done it before.
But like, yes, I am excited for Jack Swagger, but I'm not excited about Jack Swagger.
That's fair.
It's like you can love something without being in love with it.
Yeah.
You can be excited for something, but not being excited about it.
Yeah. This was a very good Jack Swagger promo, though.
Yeah, it was.
Jack Swagger, like, he was the highlight of this segment, I feel.
And that hasn't been said in the last 2 years.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack Swagger, calling out Zeb for, turning on America, saying that, you want to go and start some other country when, these people cared about you, these people, had your back, blah, blah, blah. I had your back. And,
Whoa. I don't think Zeb's into that.
Why'd you have to make that weird?
Everything else was weird tonight.
Yeah.
Can we not have a moment of, clarity on this Raw?
We did. You know what the moment of clarity was?
What?
When everybody stood up and put their hands over their hearts and said in a loud, clear voice, "We the people."
Which is fantastic that is still super over.
Yeah.
And that crowd was fucking into it. So, good for you, Swagger,
Well, Nashville's one of those cities that says Americana.
Yeah, they are patriotic as fuck. Alright, so then we had our rematch for the Divas Championship. Charlotte versus Paige.
Match of the night, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair tonight.
Interesting way.
Because I'll say it more confidently this time. Match of the night.
Much more sing-songy.
Yeah. That's a match of the night.
The only real issue I had was it was clear they had more time restraints on this match, and so it just felt too compact.
Yeah, the ending was good, but kind of weird at the same time, because I felt like, it ended in a double countout, and I thought Charlotte was going to get counted out, because Charlotte was trying to get back in the ring, and Paige grabbed her and threw her back, and I was like, this is the perfect moment for Paige to get back in the ring. And she did. She went after...
Well, they were trying to do the whole, we're fighting so much that we're not worried about the count, which doesn't work after Charlotte just tried to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think it works for Paige's motivation in this angle, because she just cares about being champion.
Yeah.
So I don't think a count-out victory was appropriate, and the only use for it is if Charlotte gets counted out, then Paige can say, hey, I won that match, I deserve
exactly. Which is what I thought they were going to do, because obviously this is going to continue into another pay-per-view title match, probably TLC, hopefully with a stipulation, because that would be fantastic.
It's gonna be a falls only count on the Spanish announce table.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna rant. Okay, being chokeslammed through a table, that's big. Being powerbombed through a table,
Even if it doesn't break,
that's big.
Kane slash
Being
Rollins.
speared through a table, that's big. But when you're in a submission on a fucking table, the table doesn't do shit to the submission.
Okay, so I'm gonna say two things about this. One, the only like submissions that I think would be worse on the table are like something like a Boston Crab or the Walls of Jericho, where you're pressed down against the table. Two, I honestly think Paige 100% knows that and just thinks it's a hilarious troll on...
She's just like, how excited can I get Michael Cole for doing this move?
Right, like, it's just a hilarious spoof on the idea of hitting your finisher through a table to Paige.
Absolutely.
That's my thing.
Like, the moment she hits Rampage, I'll fucking pop. But when she's doing the Scorpion Crosslock on a table...
Yeah, I just think that she thinks that's the funniest thing ever.
She's just on another stage is what she's doing.
Yeah, no, it's being on something that's equal to or higher than the ring.
Yeah. Woohoo!
So
Anyway.
the altitude gets
No.
gets her opponent lightheaded,
Don't try and save
making
it.
it.
Don't do it.
You know,
It's not worth
It's
saving.
like a fraction of a difference, but it's.
You know what would make it actually really worth it? Paige, listen to me. Talking to you up there, over there in whatever land.
Because Paige watches these videos.
Yeah, she does. She told me.
Okay, good. Making sure she downloads the podcast?
No.
Oh. God damn it.
The only podcast she downloads is Art of Wrestling.
She doesn't have to watch it twice.
Yeah.
No, but if she's on the plane, she can't, like, watch. She can listen to it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Listen up, Paige.
This is the second time she's done the Scorpion Crosslock on the commentator's table.
Yes.
Yep.
And in order to do so, she does have to pull out the middle monitor to make a flat area big enough to roll the person over on.
Right.
Without having something blocky in the way. She needs to take out Byron's monitor and position it facing left so the person sees themselves
Ooh.
Yeah.
getting put in the Scorpion Crosslock.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I might give a shit about that submission on a goddamn table. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. Then Heath Slater wanted to sing a song.
Yeah, that was fun little. It was the idea that, hey, Seth Rollins is out, so we need to bring out the guy who beat him.
Portland's favorite wrestler, Heath Slater. Baby.
Yeah,
He's over in Portland, so.
Yeah.
We should bring him out in Nashville.
Yeah, he had a guitar, he had a microphone, he cleared his singing pipes.
Singing pipes.
And then he got beaten by Ryback.
He broke the guitar on that.
Yeah.
Seems like a waste of a guitar to me.
I was in the bathroom doing this.
Fairly obvious that that guitar wasn't going to hurt Ryback.
Yeah, he breaks it over his back.
Ryback's pretty much guitar proof.
Yeah, Ryback no-sells it. And then, my thing is, they're like staring each other down, and JBL's like, run. Slater still has like a guitar neck.
Yeah, he could have started like trying to jab the pointy bits in Ryback's face or something.
Yeah.
Use like a kendo stick, just start whapping him in the back.
Right.
That's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm really hoping this leads to a long-running, like month-long angle between Ryback and Heath Slater.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here's my thinking, though.
Alright.
Seth Rollins is out. Daniel
Yep.
Bryan is out. Cesaro is out. Tyson Kidd is out. Sami Zayn is out. Hideo Itami is out. Not that those two guys are on the main roster, but this is the time where WWE really needs to start seeing if they could market some of the undercard talent.
Yeah.
Hence, Jack Swagger is being brought up into a storyline. You know, this is where we're going to see Heath Slater's going to be on TV more often. They're trying to get Adam Rose's new heel gimmick over. They're trying, all these things.
More room for people like Zack Ryder and Curtis Axel and
Yeah. And so, hey, let's have the first one. Let's test the waters with Heath Slater, trying to put him in a program with somebody who is on the main roster television shows every week. The Ryback.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's see how it
Ryback.
goes. Let's move into a tag team match. This was a very cool pairing.
Yeah.
We had Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler.
We had Dean Ambrose and everyone else he beat in the tournament in a tag team match.
Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler taking on Kevin Owens and Tyler Breeze. A good match.
Yeah.
Another weird ending, though. Like, okay, so it makes sense in the fact that Kevin Owens decided he didn't give a shit about Tyler Breeze.
Right.
But he still doesn't like Dean Ambrose. So I feel like he should have gotten in to at least beat up Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Or perhaps this is laying the groundwork for Owens and Ambrose begrudgingly respecting each other.
And forming a tag team.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
And their tag team is not based on we want to win titles. It's based on who can we hurt tonight.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I mean, to me it made sense just because it's Kevin Owens has no fucks given. You know, he doesn't like Dean Ambrose, but right now he doesn't have a reason to grudge with Dean Ambrose. Yeah. Owens has a belt, Ambrose doesn't. There's no reason why Owens is trying to antagonize anybody. He just realized, you know what, if Tyler Breeze loses here, it doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
I still have a belt. I'm still gonna be on Raw next week.
But at the same time, he had just taken the time out to throw Dolph Ziggler into the barricade. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to eliminate half the team.
Dolph was wearing a cutoff t-shirt.
He did call him out on that.
Yeah.
Cutoff t-shirts are my thing, idiot. Yeah, okay.
No, that's the thing.
I'm not gonna fight it.
You just have to always remember, Kevin Owens there's no fucks given.
Yeah.
Unless there's a chance to win a belt.
Yeah, and it may have even been, like, in that moment that Breeze was getting pinned, that Owens like, well, I could go break this up, but then me and Dean will end up fighting, and you know what, fuck it.
I don't know.
Breeze can be pinned.
I guess there was a little bit of, like, animosity between the two. They did kind of, like, bicker a little bit back and forth, because Kevin Owens, like, actually, when Dean Ambrose got tagged in, he tagged Tyler, and then he just kind of got into it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck, alright, fine.
I'm hoping, because we've had Ambrose beat Breeze twice now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a thing they used to do, and it's always a thing that happens by accident, so I'm hoping that this happens. And we're talking
hoping this accident happens.
Yeah, we're talking like
something with Sheamus?
We're talking a couple years down the line where, you know, Breeze has established himself coming up on top of, you know, a bunch of different feuds. And Ambrose has, you know, Intercontinental title, U.S. title, maybe even World title. That would be great. Breeze is a contender. And then we can play off the fact that, you know what, Breeze? You've never beaten me.
Yeah. That's fun stuff.
Alright.
I also like just the idea now in my head of playing off of the Kevin Owens no fucks given is he's like beating up Ziggler on the outside and he notices that Tyler Breeze is in trouble on the inside and he goes, well, I could prolong this match, but I'm fat and I don't care. So if I just let Tyler Breeze lose, I can go back to napping on stuff.
That is one of my favorite things that Kevin Owens is doing right now. And the fact that Tom Phillips finds him everywhere he is fantastic.
He's like the cat of WWE.
He just lays down
He's
wherever
rude,
he wants.
doesn't give a fuck about things.
Which
if
is
he
why
wants it, it's his.
Which is why Tyson Kidd's gonna come back and start teaming with Kevin Owens.
Oh God. Alright. Then we had our main event. We had Roman Reigns versus Rusev, with Sheamus in Rusev's corner.
I didn't realize that I missed Rusev.
Rusev?
But I did.
My only gripe is that we didn't get some sort of funny promo about fish or.
Well, thanks TMZ for ruining that fucking.
Yeah, nice going TMZ.
No, thank you,
my,
TMZ.
My
for
big gripe.
ruining that fucking.
My big gripe
I just want
is
funny
that
Rusev.
there was no Lana.
Yeah.
She's not.
It's.
She's the best part of Rusev to look at.
She's not actually a part of Rusev.
Yeah, like, dude, you know what the best part of you is? What? Your girlfriend. Fiance.
Fiance.
I.
Oh shit, sorry Lana. I wasn't supposed to say that he has a girlfriend.
So
Rusev got a side piece.
even when I was ranting and raving about that storyline, I never disliked Rusev. Well, I did dislike Rusev at one point, but he won me over, and I never disliked him because he can always put on solid matches.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. Again, like, okay.
Rusev and Roman Reigns have a decent back and forth brawly type match. Rusev looking real strong too. This was a good comeback for Rusev. Especially being put right into the main storyline.
Sheamus tries to interfere and gets ejected.
Sheamus had two really good moments of interference, which does get him ejected. And then Roman Reigns is kind of on the comeback because now Rusev is by himself.
And as you know, when you're a wrestler in a match and your manager or corner person gets ejected, you immediately become 25% less strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yes. Thank you, Tyson Kidd. Roman Reigns...
It's like lowering the straps makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And stomping on the ground makes your punches hurt more. Roman Reigns ends up hitting the drop kick on the outside and is really in control of Rusev. And then out of nowhere, he gets hit with a bull hammer.
And then Cole asks the $1 million question, where are all these people coming from?
Gee, Cole, do you think that... Oh, I don't know. They fucking work there? You moron.
My first answer is going to be the locker room. If that's not acceptable, then I'm going to say England and Bulgaria.
Shit, it's going to be under the ring. They're hanging out with Hornswoggle.
Could be.
Oh, speaking of Hornswoggle, real quick, we didn't even talk about the fucking Tex-Mex commercial.
We don't
which
need to.
Just made it... Okay, anyway.
I did have the burger earlier today, though, and it's really good.
Torito...
Shout out to Carl's Jr.
We gotta see Torito try his best JBL impression.
Whatever.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think he should replace JBL on commentary.
That might be fun.
But they still dub over JBL's voice on TV.
So this is where, because we were talking like how do we make Sheamus as champion matter to us?
Yeah, how does this work?
Yeah, how do we make it watchable and not make us want to kill ourselves? Which we said because there was that loose trio for
Rusev's a slut.
up until Rusev getting hurt, we did have Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev teaming together.
Yeah.
So why not have Sheamus have Rusev and Barrett as as lackeys?
Yeah.
Be part of the authority to help him keep the championship. You put it so eloquently as calling them Sheamus's J&J.
Yeah.
Would they be R&B?
Yeah, he gets R&B.
So Barrett hits the bull hammer, tosses Reigns into the ring, grabs a chair, goes to hit Reigns.
Well, he throws the chair, he slides the chair into the ring.
Which is the first.
Yeah.
That's the no.
Big mistake. Wait, you were in a chairs match at one point. You should know this. But the chair came within about a half inch of like sliding into Roman Reigns' head because he was laying on the mat. And I think that's what set Roman Reigns off. He's like, "Fuck, you almost hit me," and he whacks Sheamus. He's whacking Rusev. He whacked Sheamus. He did whack Sheamus, but he whacked Barrett, and then he starts whacking Sheamus or
Rusev.
Whacks Rusev.
You just wanted to hit Sheamus so bad.
I was just imagining every one of those was Sheamus.
I want to say something I didn't get a chance to say because the chain of events happened too fast.
Okay.
You said that this was all leading up to Reigns getting brogue kicked by Sheamus coming out. I thought that it would have been great if that was the plan, but Reigns kind of just messed up, like missed the timing or something, and was swinging the chair as the brogue kick came, and so he like broke all of Sheamus's toes.
Oh, ow! That would hurt. But I would laugh. I'm not sympathizing for you.
Reigns.
Even imaginary.
Reigns makes a comeback and beats down Rusev for a bit. Just whacks the shit out of Rusev.
He was spanking Rusev with that chair.
And then Sheamus.
I feel like before their match, Rusev was fighting Reigns in the back to like go over the last touches, and he saw him watching on the WWE Network Brock Lesnar and Big Show from the Royal Rumble. And Rusev's like, "Why are you watching this match?" And Reigns is like, "Don't worry about it."
Sheamus comes out, tries to
get... I'm gonna hit Wade with the chair once.
Sheamus comes out, tries to get his couple of shots in, but Roman Reigns just beats the shit out of him with a chair.
Yeah.
And he runs away, and Rusev is just laying...
Rusev
is down, Barrett's down, Sheamus is down, and Roman Reigns is like, fuck all of them.
Yeah, you know how to not make your champion look credible? Take his contender, who just wrestled 2 brutal matches the night before, who just wrestled a brutal match against Rusev, who just got bullhammered, and have him lay out your champion and his 2 buddies.
Well, that was Raw.
Roman Reigns is starting to feel awfully John Cena-y.
Yeah.
It's Roman.
I was gonna say the same thing, damn it.
Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe.
Click all those links down.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them. There's Facebook, there's 3 Twitters.
Yeah, they're all magical.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Leprechaun made.
Indeed. Post down in the comments how weird you thought Raw was. What was your favorite weird moment, and do you hate Sheamus as much as Kevin Hawk does?
Also, I felt like the fact that the Raw was so weird, it lacked from the fact that maybe perhaps the weirdest person on the roster wasn't involved. I'm talking R-Truth.
Yeah. R-Truth's gonna figure it out.
Conspiracy theory!
Little Jimmy. Check out the playlist.
There's a Survivor Series review. You can rewatch this if you really want to. And there's going to be a midweek wrap-up.
Maybe something
and a SmackDown rundown. And indie news. And, yeah. Check out the podcast.
Thanks for your support, people who support us.
Yeah.
If you don't support us and you're watching this,
fuck you.
I'm not sure why you're watching this. Because by watching this, you're supporting us. So thank you again.
That was about as weird as Raw.
Bye?
Fuck Sheamus.